Good evening, everyone. Today is 1/4/2014. Ooh, Happy New Year. It's been 4 days since the New Year. Hope everyone's been doing awesome. About 8:30 at night. Just got the kids down. Isabel's really tired. Kyle's sick, so he's in bed, and actually Paul was sick tonight, so that's kind of sad. It's been a rough last few days. I think the last time I did a video was a couple weeks ago, I believe, before Christmas. I don't know. But I'll give you kind of what happened. So me and Paolo went to Vegas the weekend right following Christmas. Then we came home. Ben and Sarah and their family came up. So when they spent New Year's with us, came and or stayed at our place, which was our first house guest. So that was pretty fun. It was the first time we've had a whole family here, so it was a new experience for us. It was nice to get to know them a little bit better. So that was awesome. Had an MRI actually yesterday. Went in at 10:45 and I got out of the MRI at 1:30. So I was in the MRI for 2 hours just on my back, and I couldn't move at all. So I had my arms going numb, and then they actually had to cobble my feet. So if these are my toes, they cobbled my feet like that and then tied them together so that my hips would do something weird. So my feet were like that the whole time. I couldn't move. I was all strapped down. So imagine that for 2 hours in a microwave, more or less. And like they spent a lot of time on my pelvis, and I really felt it starting to heat up. So I could feel my bones heat up. So what they're doing is like the magnet like pulls all your protons, so they're in one direction. They shoot like radio waves, but the guy said it's at a frequency of like 62, which is like near microwave. So these microwaves come through and hit the protons, and those protons hit these crystals, and those crystals, or whatever it is, that's how they read what's in your body. So kind of crazy stuff. But did that on Friday. I have another MRI and CAT scan on Monday afternoon, and then I have my doctor's appointment on Tuesday morning. So got a lot of doctor stuff this week. New Year's was fun. Just kind of hung out here. Went over to our buddy Mason's house. Had some dinner there. Then just came back here, watched the ball drop. Had a few drinks with some friends, and kind of went to bed. It was a nice New Year's. I was actually talking to my sister the other day, Erin, on setting goals. She had asked me like, how do I set goals and how do I like practically do it? Because my thing is like I set goals for like future. Like I want to unite and evolve the human race. Then I don't have really day-to-day action steps. I'm reading this book that Paolo got me for Christmas called Lincoln, and one of the things he said is he manages point to point, and that's kind of very similar to the way I look at goals and trying to get to where I want to be. I know I'm gonna get there. I focus on what I'm doing right now and go to the next point, which may be, I don't know, like I'm writing in my journal right now. What do I want to accomplish today? And I'll write that down, and then I'll just put like, make Paula smile, or give Isabel a hug, or something like that. Just those small, simple steps to like get me close to where I want to be. And it may not be, it's not that big chunk, but I know by doing these things, it changes me to be a better person, to be more thoughtful, to be more giving and stuff like that. So I'm writing a bunch of this stuff down of like what I want to accomplish today, and knowing that my goal is way over here, and I'm just taking these little steps. So it actually took me a while when my sister asked that, because I didn't really have a method or anything like that, but I didn't really feel like I needed one either. Like I don't feel like I need to. I don't know, I just don't prescribe to a lot of that stuff. Like I believe that goals are great to have, and you definitely need to set them. How you get to them is kind of your own way, as long as you're steadily moving towards them, then that makes a lot of sense. I know in business, we set goals and then we kind of work backwards and set metrics to each goal. So saying like we want to hit $1 million or something like that. Okay, this quarter we got to do 250,000. Well, what are we doing this month? We need to do whatever that equates to, 25 divided by 3, so what is that, 700,000 or 70,000 this month, something like that, right? And then we calculate that into sales, into orders per hour, into kind of everything. When it comes to like personal goals, where they're a little bit more, I don't like monetary stuff that I can really measure, as in easily like, oh, I'm doing this better or worse, is I'm not really setting those goals. The goals I'm trying to set is like, I want to be a thoughtful and loving father. I want to be a better gift giver. I want to be able to express my love in ways that my family will understand. And so me setting the metrics aren't as easy as setting like a goal that it is those like, okay, am I doing what I feel is getting me there every single day? And so for me, it's, like I write down, I am a loving father who always has time for his kids. And in my mind, it's like if Paul asks me to do something, instead of me immediately reacting in a certain way, I try and think about it, or excuse me, not ask, but there's something she says that makes me feel a certain way. Instead of responding immediately, I try and digress and think about it, and then answer as an adult. Or if something that makes me defensive, usually I try and relook at that and pause and go forward. And the same with like the kids. If like the other day I felt really bad, I kind of got upset at Isabel because she wouldn't go to bed, and all she wanted me to do was read a book to her. All she wanted me to do was read Les Mis, and I was so caught up in my own thing, like, I gotta go do this, this, and this. And finally I got downstairs and I was kind of mad at her, so I put her upstairs and I was just down here thinking, kind of writing in my journal, and just got to the point where, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I mad at my daughter for just wanting me to read to her? Like, that's what I want. I want my daughter to want me. I want my daughter to do this stuff. It's just because I'm frustrated because of that time, or because I have something more important to do than spend time with my daughter. So I went back up there and I just said, hey, I'm sorry. Gave her a hug because she was really sad, and read her Les Mis, which was, like those type of things are the way that I measure progress in what I want to do. So just, I do a lot of the internal work, not, and then, the business side and all that stuff is, I do the Rockefeller habits, and so I build what I want to do in 5 years, work it back to 3 years, work it back to a year, break that down to quarter, break that down to month, break that down to week, break that down to team, break that down to all that other stuff. And so there's a very structured way I do it when it comes to like monetary goals, when it comes to business, when it comes to stuff like that. And I found it works really well for that stuff. I've never tried to implement it I've tried once in my personal life, but I don't like that much structure around my personal life. I like keeping it pretty free. I don't know. I enjoy the spontaneity and the point-to-pointness of where we want to go. And I just don't think I've just never done it. I've felt pretty confident in what I'm doing, that I just haven't got around to it. But now that I'm talking about it, it's like, I should do rock personal stuff. Anyway, maybe my next video I do will be about how to do Rockefeller for your personal life. Anyway, been reading a bunch of different books. So I got done with the other ones I was reading. I think I told you guys last time, but I'm reading this other one called The Humble Approach, which is Science Discovering God, which is actually pretty good. Lincoln, which my wife got me, which is pretty awesome. He's an amazing guy. Like, I'm just a few chapters in, but I'm just devouring. I'm loving the book. It's really awesome. And then Les Mis, Les Mis and the Republic I've been stuck on for a long time. Republic I'm getting close. I'm like 80% done with that. Les Mis I'm like 26% done. And I just read like 12 chapters of the Battle of Waterloo. Very in-depth, very great, like, but it had nothing to do with the story as far as I could tell. A lot of history, so I'm reading the unabridged version. I know there's another abridged version, but I always, like anything I always read, I try and read the or the unabridged version just to get the full experience. A lot of the time after reading it's like, okay, yeah, I know why they abridged it, but anyway. Yeah, I think that's about it. So 4 days in, I hope you guys are, closer to where you want to be now than you were at the beginning of the year, and I hope you guys had set, some great resolutions if you did. If not, who cares? Keep moving through life. Be a better person or not. Do what makes you happy. Follow your own path and kind of get to it. So yeah, I love you all. I hope you all for the best, and yeah, I'll have to come up with something else to say because I know I started saying that other thing last year. So I'll think of something and I'll tell you guys next time. Talk to you later. Peace.